name is Ron.
Do you understand the rationale of
Prosecution, do you have any question for the witness?
Yes. Mrs. Brown, how would you describe the relationship between Nicole Brown and defendant?
Their relationship was very complicated and of times extremely. From the outside, it was normal. She was feeling that they were all good. It was a really good relationship. But in closer doors, Nicole felt control. He still did afraid.
Did Nicole ever confide in you about being physically abused by Mr. Simpson?
Yes, she did. Nicole told me several times that OG had hit her. She was very afraid. She said he would get very jealous, especially, and he talked to other men, and sometimes the jealousy would turn into violence.
And can you recall any specific incidents of violence?
Yes, one time she called me crying and said he had thrown her against the wall. Another time she told me he broke the door during an argument.
How did Nicole emotionally and physically affect those incidents?
I think she was very terrified. She was emotionally drained, like she was walking on eggshells all the time. Physically, she sometimes had bruises or marks, but emotionally she was very afraid.
And those questions, did Nicole ever express fear for the life?
Yes, he said if anything happens to me, it's OG, and it means everything for me.
Defense, do you have any question for the witness?
Yes. Mrs. Brown, thank you for coming. I have a few questions. First one, are you aware of times when OG and Nicole were happy together, for example, family gatherings, occasions, or holidays?
Yes, absolutely. I saw them many times during holidays and family events. They loved each other. I think they acting like they were happy couple and they liked each other and love.
Okay. Did Nicole ever choose to stay in contact or continue seeing OG even after difficult periods in their relationship?
Yes, she did. Even after their divorce, she still came around to spend time with OG.
Do you know if Nicole shared different stories or sides of her relationship between different people? Could you have region very depending on who she was talking to?
Yes, I believe so. There were times she told friends one thing and then something completely different to someone else. I think her emotional changed a lot, and so we thought she talked about OG.
From what you know, was OG ever the type to be violent or lose control around family?
No. Around family, never. OG was very calm, respectful, and kind.
Have you ever seen OG act gently, loving, or responsibility either as a father, brother, or partner?
Yes, many times he was a very loving father, always loved his kids, always played with them. But I think he's been supportive and caring. I've seen him treat Nicole with love and care too.
Okay, last questions. Did Nicole ever express regret about her relationship between OG in a way that seems emotionally stronger or exact?
Yes, sometimes she seemed overshamed and emotional and would say things that sounded a bit dramatic, but then later she'd be back with OG and speaking kindly about him.
Thank you.
now for a general question. Have you ever tried to diffuse the tense situation between your sister and her ex-husband?
No, I think it was his and her life, and it wasn't my fault.
Please return to your seat.
Thank you.
Prosecutors, is the witness present and ready to testify?
Kevin Simpson.
Please state your full name for the record.
Ken Kelly.
Do you understand that you are under oath and you must tell the truth?
Yes, I understand.
Prosecutors, do you have any question for the witness?
Yes, Mr. Kelly, where were you on the night of June 12, 1994?
I was staying in the guest house at Mr. Simpson estate at night.
Did you hear any unusual noises outside Mr. Simpson's property that evening?
Yes, I heard 3 loud trumps also while outside around 10:40.
What the time did you last see Mr. Simpson that night?
Around 9:40 p.m. just before his flying, he seemed goodbye and seemed calm.
And can you describe Mr. Simpson's behavior when you spoke to him?
He was so calm, but something felt a little forced, but like he was trying to act normal.
And last question is, did you notice anything suspicious or out of the ordinary here at West House?
Yes. Later, I noticed a dark bag near guest house. I had not seen it there before.
Thank you.
Defense, do you have any question for the witness?
Yes, we have some questions. I will ask for clarify. Mr. Clay, just to clarify, you were staying in the guest house, certain avenue, separated from the main house, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Yes. And from your position in the guest house, would you say you had a clear view of what was happening inside or outside the main house?
Not really. My view was
You mentioned carrying sounds on the wall, but would you describe this as the clary producing sounds, or would they carrying something innocent like an animal or movement near the wall?
I couldn't really tell what it was. I didn't sound like a fight and anything like that.
When you last spoke to Mr. Sampson, you said he seemed calm and normal. Did you appear against ankles, sweating, panicked, and this would suggest he had just committed or was planning a violent act?
No, not at all, because he seemed completely calm and later in a good mood.
And so you cannot say what was inside the bag or whether it was connected in any way to the crime, correct?
Correct, yes, that's 100%.
After you saw Mr. Simpson, did you see or hear from him again before he left for the airport?
No, I didn't.
So you cannot testify to his whereabouts or activities after 10, correct?
That's correct.
So, thank you.
Please return to your seat.
The court will now hear testimony from the prosecution's last witness. It's Detective Tom. Please state your full name for the record.
Totally.
Do you understand that you are under oath and must tell the truth?
Rapid homicide, division of June 13, 1994, around 4:30 a.m. We found Nicola Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman died at 875 South Bundy Drive, both with multiple stab wounds. Never the bodies were a dark blue knit cap, a left hand glove, and body shoppings matching were for normally child size for the same size O.J. Simpson wore. At 5:05 a.m., we searched Simpson's home. Blood led from his white Ford Bruno to the back car, where we found the matching right hand glove. They named from both matched Nicola, Brown, and Simpson. More blood matching the same individuals was found inside the Browns and Simpson's house. A Limwood River saw Simpson only after 10:50 p.m. So the murders likely happening between 10 and 10:15 p.m., leaving a suspicious time gap. The bicycle evidence and timeline pointed to Simpson's involvement in the murders.
Prosecution, do you have any questions for the witness?
Yes, we have questions. First, Detective Tom, how did you get involved in this case?
At 4:15 a.m., we got a call about two bodies. We arrived at 4:13 a.m.
What did you see?
I see Nicola was died near her home. Ron Goldman was also found stabbed nearby.
What evidence did you find?
His left glove and bloody shoulder prints matching O.J. Simpson's choice.
What did you find at Simpson's house?
Found near his car and inside the house.
And last, did the blood match the Simpson?
Yes, they may show it was from Nicole, Ron, and Simpson.
And was Simpson missing during the market time?
Yes.
Thank you.
Defense, do you have any questions for the witness?
No.
Okay, please return to your seats.
Now defense, please read your witness.
Yes. Mrs. Morgan, please.
Is the witness present and ready to testify? Please state your full name for record.
Miss Morgan.
Do you understand you are under the oath of master trust?
Your Honor, Consul and Member of the Court, I am here to provide an objective evidence-based interpretation of the blood finding in this case. My role is to assist the court in understanding the scientific and forensic aspect of the evidence as it relates to blood detection, classification, and potential origin.
Defense, do you have any question for the
Yes.
witness?
Mrs. Morgan, can you confirm that you personally handled all the evidence in the case from collecting to testing?
No, evidence passed by several hands before reaching you.
Were all items, including the glove and the blood sample, kept in proper temperature controlled conditions at all times?
I can't say for certain. That's handled by the evidence surgeon.
Is it possible even in highly controlled labs for DNA samples to become contaminated or mutilated?
Yes, it's rare, but mistakes can happen.
Can you say with 100% certainty that no such error occurred in this time?
No, I can't say that.
Mrs. Morgan, can you confirm whether Mr. Sin's fingerprints were found directly on the murder weapons?
No, we couldn't find any fingerprints on the weapon.
Did you find any blood trace or DNA from the actual victim or Mr. Sin himself?
No, nothing here.
Your Honor, in the interest of justice and trust, I respectfully request permission to conduct a brief demonstration before the court. I would like to my client to try the glove that prosecution claims was used in the commission of the crime. This is not mere theater. It is relevant and material as it goes directly to the heart of the prosecution's case. If it please the court, may we proceed?
It will be accessed after the prosecution's question, if you wait. Prosecution, do you have any question for the witness?
Yes, we have. Miss Morgan, were you able to confirm the blood found in Mr. Simpson's socks matches the DNA provided of the victim, Nicole Brown Simpson?
Yes, the blood on the socks matches Nicole Brown.
What does the presence of the victim's blood inside Mr. Simpson's vehicle on the console and drawers indicate from a forensic standpoint?
It can't be excluded that the blood traces may have been transferred to Mr. Simpson's car after the commission of the crime.
Was Mr. Simpson's own blood found at the crime scene?
Yes, his blood was found.
Did your analysis show a blood trail leading from the crime scene toward Mr. Simpson's property?
Yes.
Can you explain how the DNA testing in this case ruled out the possibility of contamination or accidental transfer of blood?
All items included the blood and the blood sample weren't kept in proper temperature, controlled condition at all.
The court will have a question. Based on your findings, is there any direct evidence that directly links Mr. Simpson to the crime scene or the crime itself?
Mr. Simpson's blood was found at the scene, and the victim's blood was on his socks and on his car also, and on the glove, but based on the evidence, it's hard to say that OG is fully guilty or not.
Defense, please demonstrate the evidence.
Ladies and gentlemen, Your Honor, this glove, the very one the prosecution's claimed my client wore during the crime. Please, Mr. Simpson, step aside. This glove now speaks louder than any testimony. Let's put speculation aside and deal with what you can see here and now. Please try to don't. As you can clearly see, it does not fit. The glove does not fit. This is too small for my client's hand. It cannot be his. He did not wear this. If glove does not fit, then everything must equate it, because justice is not built on assumption, it's built on fact. And today, the fact is the prosecution's case quite literally does not fit. Thank you.
Please return to your seat. Defense, do you have any question for the accused? You must go.
With the court permission, I would like to ask the defendant a few questions to clarify his questions.
Silence.
Firstly, Mr. Simpson, did you commit a crime? You are being accused of.
No, absolutely not.
Where were you at the time of the alleged murder?
I was at home and watching TV.
And why did you call the police when you heard you were being investigated?
I was in shock. I thought it was a mistake and it would clear up.
Did you ever go near the crime scene at night?
No, I had no reason to be there.
Mr. Simpson, how would you describe your relationship with your wife?
We had our ups and downs like any marriage, but we loved each other, and I never harmed her.
Did you ever physically hurt your wife?
Never. We argued sometimes, but I never laid a hand on her.
Can you describe your life together, your family?
We were raising 2 kids. I worked full time. We had dinner together. I wasn't perfect, but I was present. I was a husband as I was.
Thank you, Mr. Simpson.
Prosecutor, do you have any question for the accused?
Yes, we have questions. Mr. Simpson, can you explain to the jury how your blood ended up at the crime scene?
I had a cut, but I wasn't there. I don't know how my blood got there.
Where were you on the evening of June 12th between approximately 9:13 p.m. and 11 p.m.? Where were you on the evening of June 12th between approximately 9:30 and 11 p.m.?
I was home packing for my trip to Chicago.
And the last one, Mr. Simpson, why did you have cash, a passport, and a fire with you while police were looking for you if you were not attempting to fly?
I panicked. I wasn't trying to run. I was scared as a convict.
We have finished.
Thank you.
The evidence and mention stage has finished. Do you have any additional mention to file?
Prosecutor, do you have any motion stage to file?
No.
Defense?
No.
Okay.
The court moves to closing arguments.
Please, the prosecutors, state your closing argument.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, over the past this day, you have heard from many witnesses reviewed the critical evidence that followed the timeline of two horrific murders, Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldberg. Now it's time to see the full picture, not fragmented moments, but one undeniable truth. The defendant, oriented James Simpson, had a history of violence and jealousy. Nicole's sister testified about their including the 911 calls captured her time, not overreaction but real danger. You heard from Carter about strange noises and Simpson's suspicious behavior on June 12, 1994. Simpson had no solid alibi during the time of the murders.
And then there were the physical evidence, the blood trail, the matching clothes, and the DNA of all the three victims, Nicole, Ronald, and the defendants, found in Simpson's car, driveway, and home. That's not coincidence, that's science. The defense asked you to believe in conspiracies and threatened evidence, but everything lines up. The truth is clear. This is not about the fame, this is about justice. two people were severely murdered, and all the evidence points to one man. We ask you to return the only fair verdict. Thank you.
Please defense state your closing arguments.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, thank you for your time and focus. This case is not about emotion or headlines. It's about one thing. Has the prosecution proven guilt beyond a reasonable doubt? And answer is no. They have no murder weapon, no eyewitnesses, no clear timeline, just guesses. Even their own experts admitted that evidence has flaw, contaminated DNA, no private fingerprints, no proven proof of O.J. Simpson was at the scene. They want you to believe a story, but justice is not about stories, it's about proof. And if that proof is missing, your verdict must be reflected there.
At the end, I want to say that you heard from us times. You heard the evidence was mishandled. How key officers lied under the road and how even expert testimony was based on assumptions and not certain. They wanted to judge a man's past, not the fact for you. But your job is not to punish a personality, it's to protect the law. If you have any doubt about the timeline, the evidence, or the investigation, then you cannot convict. And so we ask you, return the only fair and legal verdict, not correct. Thank you.
Prosecutors, do you want to use your right of reply?
Yes, I want to say that nobody is above the law.
Do you want to use right of reply?
Yes, suspicion is not proof. Emotion is not evidence. Burden of proof is not us, it's on them.
Thank you. If Saisug wishes to make a statement before the court, he may come forward.
Your Honor, I understand how terrible these charges are. I have lost someone I must love. There is no evidence, no margin weapon here to link me. No clear timeline that proves I was at the scene. That the prosecutor offers is not certain. It is theory built on assumption and flawed evidence. I have faith that you will look at the facts, not the headlines, not the rumors, not public pressure. And when you do, I believe you will see what I said from the beginning. I'm not guilty. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Simpson. You may sit down.
The court has held all the evidence presented by both the prosecution and the defense, as well as the closing arguments. As is a bridge trial, it is now the court's responsibility to consider all the evidence, weigh the credibility of the witness, determine the facts, apply the relevant law to those facts. I will now take the matter under advisement and render my decision at a later time.
The court will be ordered to the deliberation room.
Please stand up.